What's new?
It's summertime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my mom said, hey, why don't the kids come up north with me for the week? I was like, okay, that'll be super fun for them because they've been just staying at home with Scott. Scott works from home and like all they do is watch TV all day. And I'm like, I think that's good for like a week of summertime. And then after that, it's like, I want them to be active. I want them to be doing things. And at my mom's house, they're always doing things. So she came to pick them up yesterday. And when they left, I walked in the house and it was like all quiet and empty. And I was like, oh, this is kind of sad. Like, I don't know if I want them to leave for a week. This is really sad. And then I look around and I'm like, hold on a minute. I can do whatever I want right now. And I'm like skipping around. I'm like, so many more activities. Like, what am I going to do? And I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to take an uninterrupted nap that can be as long as I want. If I wanted to, I could just go to sleep for the rest of the night. So I took an hour-long nap. It was pretty amazing. Then I woke up, and my husband came in, and he was done working. He's like, do you want to go out to eat? I'm like, what? We don't do that. Like, do I? Yeah, let's go out to eat. So we went out to eat. Like, we literally don't get out of our house ever. And so we were like at the restaurant. We looked at each other. We're like, hot date. Hot date on a Tuesday night. Like, when does this ever happen? And then I just like, because Peyton hates this, but Scott and I sit next to each other if we're sitting in a booth. And I just like started looking at the other end of the booth. And I was like, it'd be really cool if the kids were here.
That's day one.
Little bit of summer adjustment.
Yeah. When do they come back? Like in a week?
Well, we'll go pick them up. So we're all going to Vegas for Grant's wedding this weekend, and we'll pick them up after we get back.
You know, it's such an emotional roller coaster too, because when your kids are as old as mine, you look back and you miss those times. But I will tell you, my wife yesterday. Remember, I was telling you guys how the dishes were a mess.
Oh yeah.
Well, yesterday, I cleaned the whole kitchen up the other day. Yesterday, a disaster again. And she like had a meltdown with like all three of my boys. She's like, everybody needs to clean up after themselves. When you eat something off dish, you clean it, put it away. I cannot do this anymore. You know what? Why don't you all go back to college?
Oh.
All go back to college.
They've been home for like a day.
And then, so then I was like, okay, I'm going to help you. So I helped her do the dishes. And then I had to do it again twice. I hate doing dishes now. I've never done them in my life except for the last 3 months. We did the dishes when I got home yesterday, and then after dinner we had to do the. And it's like dinner's over, and then she goes and does the dishes. I'm like, can we just relax? Like, can we finish eating and watch TV and chill and then do the dishes?
That sink mocks you.
And she's like, I don't want dishes in the sink.
Yeah, later.
Let my food digest. You know?
I'd rather just clean it up as you go. And I do this all the time. I say, I guess I'm the only one who can empty the trash. Just me. Nobody else knows where it is.
If I was in your house, I would say, yeah, you are the only one that empties the trash.
So I've talked to Stacy. I'm like, does anybody empty the trash? She's like, well, when you close the door of the trash can, you don't see it or smell it. It's a beautiful thing. I'm like, but it's like stacked full. Nobody freaks out about that. She's like, you can get way more in there. You just gotta push it down.
Have you ever seen that? There's a TikTok of like, it's like men with trash, women with trash, and it's like. The women, it's like we just keep stacking and stacking and stacking, and the guys are like, what the heck? Yeah. Like, but it still fits. It's still in there.
Your mind just makes it way into the garage, and it piles up and piles up and piles up. And then my wife has a breakdown, and then somebody's got to take it away, put it in the alley. Peyton, you were saying your brother is living his best life.
Yeah, he is. So I have a little brother. We're 15 months apart. So he's 24. I'm 25. And I called him the other day. I was like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Do you want to hang out on Sunday? He's like, yeah, sorry, I wish I could, but I'm going to be in Brussels, Germany for a month. I'm like,
a month?
Cool. Love that for you.
How does that happen, and how does he not communicate that with you?
I don't know. I just don't know anything that goes on in his life. He goes to Coachella. He goes to all of these fun things, and I find out by Instagram.
Doesn't he work at a restaurant?
He does.
So he can just take a month off of the restaurant?
Basically, yeah, I guess so. If you put in enough time, and he has people that cover his shift.
And why Brussels?
I don't know. He has friends there. So when he graduated from ASU, he was able to take a month off and go and travel Europe. He traveled with my grandma. He traveled solo. He did a whole bunch of stuff. So he made a ton of friends. So he's back in Germany, and I think he's going to go to Amsterdam or something like that too to go see his new friends.
Is his new friend 6'4" and full of muscles?
Probably. Probably.
Is he
I
from
wouldn't be
Brussels?
surprised.
That's really cool.
I know. I'm jealous of his life. He's like rich uncle vibes for real. So I love his life.
That guy's rocking.
Yeah,
I know.
Right. It's just so I know a guy. I was texting with a friend of mine who went to Spain 2 days ago, and he texted me. We were texting this morning, and he's like, "Food here sucks. Got a pizza and it sucked." Like
In Spain?
I don't think Spain is like known for their pizza.
No.
But what do I know? I don't know.